instead. Hey, everybody. Alex here, the manager of the database group, and this is our 15.8 planning kickoff. Also with me today is our exciting new product manager, Roger. Hi, Roger.
Hey, Alex. I'm super excited to be joining the team. This is day one of week 3 for me, so I'm still very much ramping up. I know you guys have been doing a lot of PM work on a life support basis, and I'm here to continue that trend, at least until I get a little bit more familiar, and I'm happy to support where I can.
Awesome. So our top priorities for this milestone are pretty similar to the ones from last milestone. We're still getting Roger up to speed, so they can help us figure out exactly what we should be focusing on. But for now, we're just going to focus on kind of the same things. So for batch background migrations, we're working on continuing to make it more stable and reliable, and working on throttling. We really want to use these final stages to deliver specifically parallel batches so that we and customers can run these migrations more quickly, but especially for customers, that'll help with jump upgrades when they need to finalize a bunch of migrations all at the same time. Instead of having to run them sequentially like they do now, they ideally can run more than one, which would be really nice. And then we're also finalizing some throttling mechanisms, which we hope will help us to continue to use the framework to prevent some of the incidents we saw with background migrations previously on GitLab.com, which is very exciting. And then we have a bug we encountered, and we kind of added into the plan last milestone at the end of the milestone, but it's not quite fixed yet. But we're trying to attribute migrations to their specific feature categories. That way we can make sure teams are aware when their migrations are failing. So that's exciting. For CI partitioning support, we're really excited to help the CI verify groups in their efforts to partition the CI builds table. I'll let those teams talk a little bit more about why they're doing that. But from our side, we're providing helpers and assistance with their blueprints in order to figure out how to get their tables partitioned a little better. Well, not a little better at all. And we'll be able to reuse those. We want to be able to reuse these blueprints for other tables within GitLab so that they can also trim down their table sizes. This is all, the long-term goal here is a part of our 100 gigabyte tables initiative, where we're trying to make sure all of the GitLab.com tables are under 100 gigabytes. Roger, sorry, I meant to ask if you had anything you wanted to add, or questions or things you think I've missed so far.
No, I think you're good so far. I'm super excited to see that this work has been ongoing for quite some time and is looking forward to the ending line soon. So very exciting. And I know migrations and partitioning are both things that impact a lot of other teams. So it's cool to see how the impact here can really spread out across the company.
Yeah, the other places we're looking to really continue making an impact is with our database query analysis and review improvements. So these two efforts kind of have a lot of overlap with each other because they're both trying to improve our internal review processes around when someone adds new queries or when they add other things that would necessitate a review from someone who is a designated database reviewer. And so from the query analysis side, our first goal here is to try and identify new queries that get added to merge requests. And we're hoping that that will allow, it'll ease the burden on some of our reviewers for trying to identify where in the Rails code these queries are being generated, because Rails is typically pretty opaque when it comes to database queries. Sometimes you look at something and it could be a database query, or it might not be. It might just be doing something completely different. And so we're hoping to take some of the guesswork out of that part of review and identify immediately for authors what queries that they need to perform analysis on to make sure that they are adding only queries that meet our performance expectations. The long term for this is we want to run that analysis automatically. but in the short term, we think identification will get us a lot of the way. On the similar end, we have a few ways we're trying to improve database review in general, and part of that is gathering feedback from both authors and existing reviewers and maintainers in order to try and figure out where all the pain points are, and kind of make that an easier transition. A lot of people get surprised by database review, and we don't want that. We want them to have good experiences where we all understand that at the end we just want a good performant GitLab.com. So database changes are a bottleneck for a lot of different teams, and we don't want that, and they don't want that. So hopefully we can get that going. Oops, I didn't swap out this issue. So this one is still open, but it's deprioritized in favor of a different issue, which I should have talked to you about, Roger. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me see if I can pull out the issues. So we actually would like to get this. These two load balancing issues were identified as infradev issues. So we're hoping to get infradev issues are issues that cause problems with our infrastructure group and are high priority items for our infrastructure group to solve. So we're prioritizing this load balancer one, and we've deprioritized this automatic reindexing because we solved it instead through changing the cron that runs that reindexing feature. So the load balancing is I'm not totally up to speed on this, but this was identified. There are several problems with load balancing that were identified a few months ago, and in a recent incident, this was targeted as a related corrective action that we could take. So we're going to pursue it.
Awesome. Sounds good.
And I'll fill all that in there. And then the last priority kind of topic is removing migrations in version 15. Typically, we'd like to do this in 15.0 or 15.1, but we've been busy and under capacity. But John got a start on this in 15.7, and I think he'll probably still be working on it in 15.8 because it's going to be a lot of merge requests to squash all those. But he's done a great job so far automating that. So yeah, Roger, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I'm learning a lot. Thank you, Alex, for helping me walk through all the different elements and areas of investment by the team. And I'm excited to ramp up and see how I can help soon.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess that's our kickoff. So hooray for the next milestone.
All right. Thank you.